It's 10 o'clock. You've been staring at page 142 of your AP History textbook for 20 minutes now, reading the exact same sentence like six times, and your eyelids feel like lead weights. Sound familiar? Before we fix our reading routine today, let's do a quick check on some big updates coming down the pipeline from the College Board. Starting in May of 2027, the exam formats for AP Euro, APUSH, AP World, all three of them, they're getting a refresh. If you're new to AP history, you won't notice this because you don't know what it used to be like. But for the teachers out there and for the students who have already taken another AP history course, you're going to want to pay attention. But don't panic. The core course content, and the rubrics, they all stay the same. And the multiple choice section isn't changing at all. And the DBQ is only changing for AP World to include the first time period. But there's two major structural changes to keep on your radar. First of all, there will be stimuli for all three short answer questions. They will feature source material like excerpts, visual stimuli, text, some kind like all three questions are going to have some kind of stimuli. And this eliminates that old format where one SAQ relied solely on your open-minded recall without a source to answer the question. I know, many of you liked that non-stimulus based question because it was quite broad. But have no fear, the change doesn't really make it more challenging, it just makes it different. The second big change is that there is no longer a choice on the LEQ or the long essay question. You're no longer going to have to spend precious exam minutes deciding between three different prompt options from three different time periods. Instead, everyone receives one required, albeit broadly scoped prompt designed to give you a lot of flexibility in the historical evidence that you choose to use. So you still get to pick like from what time period you want to write about in this broader time period that they give you. Now we're going to talk more about this as we go through season 4, and I'm sure that your teachers are going to cover more about it as College Board releases more details. They have failed to do that thus far. They will. Now, the College Board's goal here, the overall goal is to save you time and eliminate that prompt picking decision anxiety and to better align the exam with the daily skills that we practice in class. And whether you're analyzing a visual source on an SAQ or backing up a broad LEQ, extracting evidence out of your textbook quickly and efficiently is the key to mastering these skills, which brings us straight into today's core lesson. Welcome back, everyone, to AP History Help. I am Wendy, and this is episode 65, How to Read a Textbook Without Face Planting. Today, we're fixing your study routine with some active reading strategies designed for busy teenagers who do not have 3 hours a night to highlight an entire chapter. And honestly, that's not effective anyway. Do me a favor, make sure that you hit that follow button wherever you're listening or watching. And you can also follow me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Substack, all of which are at AP History Help. And I do share daily writing tips, rubric breakdowns, study hacks, fun facts occasionally to keep you on track all year long. Drop a comment in today's episode and let me know what is the longest textbook chapter or longest reading assignment you have been assigned so far. Some of them are like 40 pages a night. That's a bit much, but I'm not your teacher, although I'm here to help your teacher help you. So, why do students faceplant straight into their history books? Because they read a textbook the same way they read a novel, line by line, cover by cover. But textbooks are not novels. It's nice when they tell a little story, but These are really dense reference guides. If you read them passively, like you read a novel, your brain is going to go right into like standby mode. So here's your 3-step active reading framework to cut your reading time in half while doubling what you actually retain. The first step is the 3-minute recon or previewing the chapter or previewing the reading assignment. Before you read a single paragraph of a chapter, just do a quick recon, right? Reconnaissance is going out and just kind of seeing what's out there. Read the chapter title and the summary at the very end. Read all the section headings and subheadings. And then look at the maps and the graphs and the terms that are in bold. You're essentially giving your brain this blueprint of the chapter before it starts reading the information. And you create like these mental hooks where new information can hang itself onto. It sticks better that way. Next, step 2, turn your headings into questions. Instead of just reading a heading like the growth of maritime empires, turn it into a question. How and why did maritime empires grow? Now, as your eyes move down the page, your brain is not just passively consuming words, it's actively hunting for an answer to the question you created. And then step 3, stop copying the book. When you take notes, you should not be writing in entire sentences. You should really be taking like micro notes. If your notes look like a rewritten version of the textbook, you're doing it wrong. Use a 3-ring binder. Separate it by unit. You could even color code your paper or your highlighting color by unit. Brains like color, same. Practice micro notes for every subheader and limit yourself to just bullet points using phrases, not complete sentences. If you have a really challenging time summarizing complex material into notes, just jot down in your margin what page it was on in the book. So if need be, you could always just go back and look at that little section. Now, I recommend that as you're taking notes, that you take them thematically. Not that you have to like put them into thematic categories, but social, political, interaction with the environment, cultural, economic, technological. SPICE T is my acronym of choice for this. And so if a paragraph discusses trade and you put down a few bullet points about that trade, you're going to mark that with an E for economic or T for technology, or better yet, both. When you stop treating note taking like transcription and start treating it like a treasure hunt for evidence, that should help that face planting stop. Now, if you want to practice these exact skills live with me every single week, I have a quick announcement. Enrollment is officially open for the AP History Core Cohort at aphistoryhelp.com. Now, the core cohort is this small, dedicated group of AP World and APUSH students who meet with me live every week to practice writing DBQs, break down tricky primary sources, and get direct, personalized feedback on their work. When you join, you also get instant access to my full on-demand success library packed with essay blueprints, rubric guides, video walkthroughs, all kinds of resources. Now, spots are strictly limited to keep our live groups small, so once those cohorts fill up, enrollment closes until January. So head on over to aphistoryhelp.com right now and secure your spot, or you could just go there and get for free, no obligation, the free parent and student AP Success Guide, which will kick off your year strong. To wrap up today's episode, we're going to look at our human teenager biohack. This week's hack kind of takes a little bit of a twist on The Pomodoro method, which I mentioned previously in an episode or two ago. When you sit down to read your textbook, set your phone timer for 25 minutes using the Pomodoro method and turn on silent or do not disturb, whatever makes your phone not make noise. Put it out of sight. Put it on the other side of the door. I would just like slip it under that little gap in the door back there, right? Put it out of sight. But here's the second part of this, because I've already talked about the first part. The second part of this is sit upright at a desk with overhead lighting, which made me realize I didn't put my lights on. Reading dense history, if you're lying in bed or in a dimly lit room, basically triggers your brain's melatonin production within like 10 minutes, and you're like catching some Z's or fighting the drowsy head bob, right? You know what I'm talking about. Work uninterrupted for 25 minutes. Take a 5-minute movement break, stand up, walk. It sends oxygen to your brain. Get some water, hydrate, because when you are using your brain, you're using energy, you're using the hydration in your body. And watch how much faster you'll finish and hopefully how much more you will retain. Thank you all so much for joining me for episode 65. Don't forget to follow me at AP History Help on social media. Share this episode with a friend in your class or your teacher. So I heard somebody talk last night at a podcasting conference meetup that I go to, and they said, when you're watching a really good TV show, you don't hear the people in the TV show go, "Hey, if you really like this, share with a friend." Like, if you really like something, people just share it without being asked. So maybe I'll stop asking. But for now, I'm asking. If you get value from this podcast, please share with a friend, share with a teacher, and head on over to AP History Help and check out that core cohort. Like I said, you could just get that free resource guide, no obligation whatsoever. Next Monday, we are putting our active reading skills to the test with our first document analysis deep dive. We've been talking a lot about skills and strategies for being successful, but we're going to talk about content and documents next week. We're going to pull off a high yield Unit 1 document, the Spanish I've been practicing saying this, I promise. The Spanish requerimiento. I did take Spanish too. And we're going to break down how to source it using the HAPPY method. Some teachers like to use HIPPY. I use an A instead of an I. We'll cross that bridge next week. And we're going to source it in under 2 minutes for all 3 AP classes. Really, you don't want to miss it. And with that, this episode of the AP History Help podcast is now history.
Books piled high, time runs thin. Wendy's here to get you in. AP Shapey World, AP Road 2. One clear path for me and you. 15 minutes, that's all we need. Feet connect and scores take seed. Write it sharp, make it stick. Wendy's got the rubric trick. AP History Help. AP History. Clean, every point where it's supposed to mean. You bring the doubt, she brings the plan. One step forward, you know you can. Patterns line up across the years. Turn those essays into wins. Clear and calm, ready now. Wendy shows you how. AP History Help. AP History Help. Wendy's got your back. AP History Help. every voice